England started their Euros campaign a mere 3 weeks ago, where we faced Serbia and narrowly got past them by 1-0. Warning signs begin to be alerted in a 1-1 draw in a pretty, once again, dull draw against Denmark. And then another dull draw followed against Slovenia, and England fans were increasingly frustrated with Southgate and the team. Then we entered the round of 16 after topping the group and found ourselves behind against Slovakia for the vast majority of the game. And we were 90 seconds away from exiting the competition in an embarrassing round of 16 defeat, similar to the one against Iceland back in 2016. We managed to get through it via goals from Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. We now find ourselves against Switzerland, and we need to improve. An improvement must be needed, otherwise we will not get that similar luck that we got in our last game, and we were heading for the exit door. We've all been pleading for Gareth Southgate to make a change. He's made a change, but unfortunately it's just the one, and it's an enforced one for England. Here is your starting lineup for today's quarter-final. It reads Jordan Pickford in goal, back four of Kyle Walker, John Stones. Konsa comes in for the suspended Mark Guéhi. There is your enforced change. You then go in with Trippier at left back again. It's what it is. Into midfield, you've got Declan Rice sitting. You've then got Mainu and Bellingham as your other two. And then he's stuck with Saka and Foden again, with Harry Kane leading the line. People called for Palmer, called for Trent, called for Gordon. They've got none of them. He is stuck once again, barring the one enforced change to his favourites. When I look at Saka and Foden starting again, I think, what on earth? Seriously? I'm flabbergasted. I really am. We sat here. I mean, it's not just one game. Serbia, Denmark, Slovenia, Slovakia, 4 games. What's that? Over 360 minutes of football. Tell me what Phil Foden has done in those 360 minutes of football, because I'm struggling to recollect anything. We're heading one way here. It was imperative that Gareth Southgate made a change in those attacking areas today. That left-hand side has been non-existent all tournament, and yet again, he's failed to tackle. He's failed to sort out and resolve this issue again. He's stuck with Foden and Trippier. That's worked, doesn't it, Gareth? It's been brilliant. Honestly, we've been brilliant. Don't worry about changing it, Gareth, because we've been amazing. We were 90 seconds away from losing and being booted out of this competition by Slovakia. I mean, that's no disrespect to Slovakia, but for goodness sake, it was wholly not good enough. So the thing to do today was to utilise the squad, was to make some changes, to reward some players on the decent 10 minutes that they've been afforded here and there. Tony came on, changed the game the other night. Palmer came on, changed the game the other night. What have these players got to do to start one of these games? Saka and Foden have established that they haven't been very good all tournament. Saka's been marginally better than Foden, but still neither of them have been absolutely amazing. Neither of them have ripped up any trees. Switzerland, they're a nifty, really good outfit. And we struggled past Slovakia, so God knows our chances against Switzerland today. Good afternoon to everybody. Peter, I hope you are well. Looking forward to catching up on some sleep. Exactly. That's my plan as well. I'm just going to get out the Switzerland lineup to see theirs. I mean, they beat Italy in their last game, and they really did beat them wholly as well. It was a fantastic performance from them. So we've got to be switched on here. There's no doubt about it. They're a very good side. Their team lineup is going to come up onto your screen any second now when I press the button. It's a bit small, apologies, I can't get it otherwise. You've got Jan Sommer in goal, Fabian Schär plays for Newcastle, Akanji, Man City man, and Ricardo Rodriguez make up a back three. In midfield it's packed. There's Freuler, there's Granit Xhaka, former Arsenal man of course, Ruben Vargas, Mikel Abisha and Fabian Ryder, and then a two up top. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Breel Mbola, a player that was heavily linked with West Ham for a good 24 months or so, and Dan Ndoye is the Switzerland Lineup. There we go. Disappointing lineup, says Sharky. Absolutely. I agree. Zane says Tony, Palmer, Trent, Bowen, Gordon all deserve a start, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Saka has done nothing except his one goal. He's done absolutely nothing. I just can't see. Can only see a win for the place where Toblerones were originated. There we go. There we go. I'm just shocked. I really am. I mean, with all the coaches and all the advisors and everything that Gareth Southgate has around him, he's completely out of sync, out of tune. He's got no idea. He's lost the plot. Honestly, he started the same team again, barring the enforced change he had to make. That was one of the worst performances. I've watched West Ham all season, and that's one of the worst performances in games of football I have watched all season. And I've watched some crap, I'm going to be honest, right? It's been a long, hard season. I was excited to watch England. I was like, brilliant, all this talent in the team. We're going to do amazing. It's been worse than West Ham. I mean, come on. Southgate, you being serious? You really want us to be knocked out? If we lose today, your job's gone, right? You're done. Forget it. Forget any job forget any decent job in managerial football going forward for you. He's disgraced the talent in this squad. He absolutely has misustilized it in every way, shape or form. And there's been frustration from pundits and from the media, not because they want to slag off Southgate constantly. It's because they can see the talent in the team. They can see the talent in the squad. But yet again, it's not being used correctly. Waistcoat sees Moyes as his idol. They're like, yeah, I mean, they're the same, but I didn't think we could get worse than Moyes. But it seems like we found it. Oh dear. Klopp said he would be flattered if he was offered the England job. I really don't like Klopp, but you know. Zane says Declan Rice has to step up because Kobbie Mainoo will struggle against the experience of Xhaka. He's gone with Mainoo. Look, I thought Mainoo was quite good the other night. I thought one of the very few who didn't do himself, too bad, if I'm totally honest, and was subbed off. Fair enough. But yeah, Rice has been average, hasn't he? I mean, we've watched Declan Rice for a long time as West Ham fans, and I don't think I've seen quite as many poor performances back to back from Declan Rice ever. If I'm honest, he's been really, really averagely poor, and that's not something that you say. That's not something you say very often about Declan Rice. He has been so poor. Misplaced passes, slowing it down, not passing forwards. It's the tempo. And once again, you can tell inside the first 10 minutes today, I got so angry the other night watching the game against Slovakia, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for me for England. I don't usually get too, I don't usually get too embroiled in it, but I just was so infuriated with what I was watching, with the players that we've got there and the way we're playing and the way we're going about it is completely and utterly unacceptable. And for the cheek for Southgate to pretty much acknowledge that he didn't see a problem with the other night by making no changes to those attacking players just about sums it up. In 120 minutes of football, we had 2 shots on target against Slovakia, right? That's a shot on target every hour of football against Slovakia. And Gareth Southgate has deemed that there's no need to change the attacking players. Sums it up. Absolutely sums it up. Get your score predictions into the chat. Southgate out before the game starts. Is that possible? Absolutely. I'd have sacked him the other night if I was in charge. If I was in charge of the FA, no matter what happened in extra time, I'd have sacked him straight away. Go, bye. Get somebody in, just pay someone whatever they like. Get somebody in that can get the most out of these players. I mean, for goodness sake. It's just painful, isn't it? I get Alan Shearer in. Alan Shearer knows what we want. Get him in there. 2-1 to either England or Switzerland. Sit on that fence, Sharky. Why don't you? I reckon 3-1 to the Alpen Munch. You've got all these lined up, Peter, haven't you? You've been compiling them all day. Afternoon, Fahed. I hope you are well. I'm thinking 2-0 Switzerland. Having seen that terrible in capital letters exactly line up, indeed. We look scared. We do. Bang on. We look scared to go for it. It's like we're trying to maintain the possession stats. So in the morning after meeting, we can go, yeah, but we had 70% possession. But yeah, our pass accuracy, yeah, it was 91%. Who gives a damn, quite frankly? Oh, dearie me. But honestly, who gives a damn about the pass accuracy? If you're a winger, go at the fullback, for goodness sake. I'm trying to refrain myself here because I'm going to get angry, which I already am. But I'm trying to rein it in, not say something I shouldn't. Right? Have a go at the fullbacks. Run at them. Go forward with the ball. It's not difficult as a footballer to get the ball and to run forward with it. That's literally what they're paid to do. Right? That's what they're paid millions of pounds to do. Get the ball, run forward, and try and score a goal. but we seem scared to do so. It goes to Pickford. He rolls it to Stones. Stones rolls it to Gay, which is now going to be Konsa. Konsa will roll it to Trippier. It will come in midfield to Rice. Rice will roll it back to Stones, and we'll go round and round in circles. And we do that quite often. For 2 or 3 minutes, we'll have possession, but we haven't even entered their half, for goodness sake, because we've passed it around ourselves. But good possession retention, good ball retention, boys. It's really good. It's really good. 1-0 win. That's optimistic. In fact, I said so far we have won 1 and drawn 3 this tournament. Scored 2 goals inside 90 minutes, and yet we attack. And we kept the same attack. Exactly. It's shameful, Swiss Bliss. Any more? Rishi Sunak is free and would do a better job. He needs somewhere to live. I'm sure he'll find somewhere. No Trent, no Partey. I mean, why can't they put Trent in? Whether it's at full back. I mean, Trippier, we've established Trippier is not very good at left back, right? There's still no Luke Shaw, so what the hell he was taken in the first place, I don't know. But put someone else there. Try something different. It doesn't work. We've played 4 games. We've played probably 380 minutes of football. It has not worked. Everybody is screaming to Gareth Southgate. And yet again, it seems like the only person that can't acknowledge and can't understand this is the most important. It's the man in charge. It's Gareth Southgate. The Netherlands against Turkey should be a great game. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. Because I'm not looking forward to our game at all. They will slice through our midfield and defence like cheese. Oh dear. Here we go. Well, honestly, yeah, whatever. Will their defence have holes in it? Okay. Any more? No, our defence will have holes in it. Exactly. But no, pretty depressing lineup, to be honest. Pretty depressing overall one. I'm not too confident. My prediction is 0-0 and Switzerland to win on penalties. Unless there's a shift in tempo, unless there is a shift in energy and quality and attacking intent, we will lose this football match today. And it pains me to say it, but it's being realistic. It is just, yeah. I just, words don't even, words aren't worthy of what we've seen, to be honest. These puns are cheesy. Feel sorry for Bowen not getting much of a look in. Yeah, Bowen, Palmer, Gordon, Tony, Watkins, the list goes on. Sat on the bench doing absolutely nothing when we've got the same attacking players doing absolutely nothing on the pitch. I hope Harry Kane turns up today and does a bit more. Obviously, he's scored 2 goals, yes. He's scored the goal to put us through, yes. But apart from that, I could have done what he did up there for the last 4 games, if I'm totally honest with you. Foden needs to be better. Saka needs to be better. Bellingham needs to be better. They all need to be better. Otherwise, we're heading for that swift exit that we probably should have had the other night, which would have stemmed and exploded a storm of utter anger and disapproval towards the team. We got our get out of jail free card. We used it the other night. Did we half? We've used our get out of jail free card now. You only get 1. This luck has got to run out at some point unless we play good football, unless we increase the tempo, unless we look to go forward and don't try and pass it backwards all the time. Our intention, our first instinct every single time is to pass it sideways or backwards. It's to keep the ball. It's to maintain possession. Sod that, scrap it, get the ball, try and go forward and play some attacking football. They do it all with their clubs, so come together and try and do it and have some cohesion and do it together as a team. Bowen may come on if we're holding a lead later on, I reckon, potentially. Foden's mind is elsewhere, maybe. He shouldn't be put out there again because we've got better players on form currently who have had more of an impact. Palmer did more the other night with however long he had than Foden did in the whole game, for goodness sake. I mean, come on. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science, Gareth, is it? Peter says, if we lose going past the halfway line a few times, people won't complain. I mean, exactly. They're worried that we're going to get angry if we lose the ball in their half or if we lose the ball in their box. We're not getting to their half or their box because we're being so conservative about it. And we're, just sitting back and waiting to maybe do them on the counter-attack and maybe have 1 shot on target per half of football. It's draining. I've watched it all season. I don't want to keep watching it again. It's just painful to watch, and I don't want to see it again. And I hope today is the day that it changes. I really do. If it changes, I think we'll get a narrow victory. If it doesn't, we're going out. I'm sorry, we are. This luck can't continue anymore. If it does, I'll be astounded, to be honest with you. Exactly, he's playing for penalties. He's playing for penalties, which we historically have a pretty poor record on. So none of it makes sense whatsoever. I cannot get my head around that lineup whatsoever. I just want to get in the room with Gareth Southgate and go, right, what have we watched for the last 4 games? What have you seen from Saka and Foden in the last 4 games that has suggested to you that they warrant another start again? We've got Palmer, Bowen, Tony, Watkins, whoever else, Gordon on the bench, and you just don't use them. I mean, just as well send them home, for God's sake, because they're not going to get used, are they? They just as well not be there because you are so stubborn and you won't use them in the first place. Mandy says, teams play poor, same lineup, team plays poor, same lineup. Is the manager that stupid? It seems that way. It does. It honestly seems like that is the case here, and I just can't believe it. I don't know. There we go. Right, rant over. We are less than 50 minutes away from kickoff over in Germany. I hope it changes. I really do, because I'm more than anyone want to see football come home. But that is wildly out of the realms of possibility in the way we're currently playing football. We are going home. Football's not coming home. We are going home if we carry on playing like that. And we haven't played a decent team yet, which is why we haven't lost. Which is why we haven't lost yet. Switzerland, they're a decent side. They've put in some really good performances against decent teams. And they'll do it again today. They've beaten Italy, and they'll probably beat us today. Unfortunately, that is it. How inspiring it is on Team Talks. Oh my God, it sent me to sleep. Like, his voice in interviews, like, oh, we miss Calvin Phillips. We haven't found a replacement for Calvin Phillips. Shut up. Honestly, shut up. Does he think we're stupid? We haven't found a replacement for Calvin Phillips. Oh my Lord. Danny says, this is almost treason on Southgate's part. It's like he wants us to go. Exactly. It's like he's going, I know what will pee them all off. All these 20, 30,000 England fans that are come to Germany, spent all this money to come out here. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ruin their Saturday. I'm going to ruin their Euros competition. He's tried his very hardest to do it so far. And then he goes into the post-match press conference against Slovakia and says, I always knew we were going to win the game. Did you, Gareth? We were 90 seconds away from departure. We were 90 seconds away from losing to Slovakia, but you always knew we were going to win, did you? Interesting. Here we go. 50 minutes, so excited, not. Happy Hamrat says, with all of his badges, his choices are baffling and frustrating. Absolutely, I hope you are well. Yeah, Italy were crap, but still got to beat them, haven't you? Still got to beat them. Is Bowen injured? I believe he's on the bench, as is everybody else. Has Luke Shaw made the bench or not? I don't know. He might just be on the bench for a token gesture. He is. Oh, crikey. He is. Shaw, Trent, Ramsdale, Dunk, Gallagher, Tony, Gordon, Watkins, Bowen, Eze, Gomez, Henderson, Palmer, Wharton. Even Wharton as well. I mean, some of these players, Eze again, was one that I've missed out who came on the other night. Give these players a go from the start. Why not? What have we literally got to lose? Because if these players go out and play poor, then Southgate can say, well, yeah, but I had to make a change because of the performances that have been, that have been put in by Saka and Foden. They haven't been good enough, and I decided to use my squad. You've got a squad of 26, Gareth. Use it. Oh dear, 23, 26, however big the squad is. Only badges he has are the ones he got in the scouts. Spain will win it. They will. They will. He is delusional. Absolutely. Maybe he is now showing his lack of managerial experience. I mean, it's not difficult, is it? Really, it's really not difficult. You've got all year to sort it out. You haven't got to worry about games every week, Gareth. I mean, being an international manager is just not that difficult, is it? I mean, yeah, of course it's a difficult job, but you've just got to use the players and engage your brain in a football capacity, for goodness sake. I mean, it's not difficult. If I can sit here and see it, then why can't you, Gareth? I'm not paid millions like you. Maybe I should be. Sort it out. Sort it out. Peter says his nose seems to be growing by the minute. Southgate's nose, yeah. I was going to say, you weren't thinking about my nose, were you? Glad you got the clarification, Peter. Mandy says 25 players and he took an injured. Sure, make it make sense. It doesn't. He cannot, because he is a useless manager. Now, I've said all this for the last 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes. We'll now go and win, and we'll put in a brilliant performance, and we'll sweep Switzerland aside. But that I do hope that happens, but from what I've seen in the last 4 games, it points to anything but. It points to the opposite of what I've just described, which is unfortunate and pretty painful. Yeah, let's just hope it's better. 0-0. Switzerland will win on penalties if we play with the same tempo and play like we have done in the last 4 games. If it improves, a narrow victory in a tough game. Yeah, it should have gone. Yeah, he should have changed it. It should have went back 3, 5 in midfield, and 2 up top of Tony and Kane. That's what he should have done. But he'd have never done that because that's too adventurous for him. Steady on. Yeah. I agree. Absolutely. I'll do an instant match reaction on the full-time whistle where hopefully I'm not as seething as I was the other day after the Slovakia game, and hopefully we're through to the Euro semi-final. I don't know how we're going to get there, but let's hope we get there. Nevertheless, from me, come on England, and I will see you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Just to reiterate, just before I go, if you're just joining us now, Gareth Southgate has made one change to his starting 11 after the late victory over Slovakia. It's an enforced change. Konsa comes in for the suspended Mark Gay, and there's no other changes to the starting lineup. You either laugh or cry, don't you? Thanks everybody for watching in the chat and everyone else at home, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.